I've covered a lot of information and possible scenarios involving Alastor with my Hazbin Hotel theory series. But have you ever wondered what a day in the afterlife is like for the infamous radio demon? Well, let's go for a stroll as I'm about to review the most recently released comic for Hazbin Hotel, A Day in the Afterlife, The Radio Demon. If you haven't read this comic for yourself yet, I highly recommend doing so before watching this video. You'll find a direct link to the comic in the description below because I do not want to be the one to spoil things for you before you get a chance to read it. Okay, now that we're all back here, this comic was everything I expected it to be. And I don't mean that in a bad way. A good chunk of this comic has Alastor taking a casual stroll around Pentagram City, all without a care in the world. The entertainment comes with the reactions other characters have when he enters the area. With a single tune, sinners freeze in their tracks. Demons dive for cover. Pedestrians and business employees walk on eggshells around him. And the only ones maintaining their composure are the creatures literally feeding from the palm of his hand or are fully capable of handling themselves. This comic provides a window that allows us to see just how widely feared and infamous Alastor is. The radio demon is basically a walking urban legend. A casual greeting has people diving for cover. He is adored, but by those who are no less vicious than himself. And the only ones daring enough to get in his face or lay a hand on him are a butcher and the infamous TV demon himself, Vox. And the butcher learns very quickly that Alastor is not one to be trifled with. Dead. He ends up dead and eaten. And that appears to be a day in the afterlife of the radio demon. A casual stroll around the city, terrify a few locals, rip a few guts out, and head out with some fresh goods from the local butcher. One thing that stood out to me was the scene towards the end. As Alastor is leaving the shop, he holds the door open for who I'm assuming is a sheep demon. The butcher attacks this lady, and Alastor immediately does a 180. You can see the murderous intent here. You know, at the very least, this butcher is fucked. And in the end, it seemed the little lamb was spared. And something Alastor said got me thinking. I really do hate those who can't show a little more respect to those of fairer means. This could mean that the form sinners take reflect just what kind of person they were in life. A pig could reflect a greedy or gluttonous nature. Alastor... Well, Alastor doesn't really need an explanation. But a sheep? A lamb? This individual could be one of two things. A good-natured person whose sins were fairly minor, or I'd even be willing to say she's a fallen cherub. As some of us have probably seen from Honeycast streams, the cherubs of this universe look like sheep. It could be that this demon, whom from this moment on I will be referring to as Lamb Chops, used to be a cherub, fell from grace, and is just trying to find her footing in hell. But that's just a minor theory for now that I intend on expanding upon in the future. Now, let's back up a few pages and talk about Alastor's brief interaction with Vox. First of all, Vox, how do you get away with selling a box of cereal for $666? Sorry, only $666. That's got to be extortion if I've ever seen it. I better find a few gold nuggets in that box, or we're gonna have words, good sir. If a box of Voot Floops cost $666, I don't want to know how much a hell phone or anything from Vogatech costs. I'm broke enough as it is. And by the way, I don't know why Voot Floops is so fun to say, but I can't stop saying it. Why is it so fun to say? Now, going back to Alastor's interactions with Vox. I believe I saw somewhere, it's not in the finished comic on the Hazbin Hotel site, but I remember seeing something somewhere on Twitter in this scene where Vox asks Alastor, how does it feel to be feared? This is very interesting because if this was an actual canon piece of information and not just a fan piece that I groggily stumbled upon at 4 a.m., then it could imply that being this looming, terrifying, intimidating presence in Hell Society was never Alastor's true intent, or if it was, perhaps something in him changed over the years and it's not what he's after anymore. If this is the case, then I would like to more thoroughly analyze Alastor's interactions with Charlie and Vaggie in the pilot. When he says that his work has become mundane and lacking focus, perhaps he means he's tired of just being known for killing sinners and demons as soon as he looks at them. Maybe by saying that he's looking for a new form of entertainment, he's looking to find other ways to satisfy his sadistic nature that doesn't require him doing anything. Just witness the struggles and the suffering of others rather than causing it. But what would happen if he grows bored of that? Because in my mind, it could mean that Alastor could move either way. He could fall back to his murderous tendencies, or he could, in a way, progress through the hotel. Either way, there seems to be a consistent energy here. Alastor could be tired of being feared because if this comic has told me anything, it's that Alastor demands respect. And being feared is not the same as being respected. Also, I was wrong. Alastor does have a potty mouth when not in polite company. Overall, I like this comic as it is. I still don't understand the new ship between Alastor and Lamb Chops that's sweeping over the fandom. I mean, Alastor said all of 3 words to her, held the door open for her, and saved her from a butcher. That's it. I'm not saying it isn't cute, I just don't understand it. There is something I would like to address, and that is the drama that arose with this comic. Apparently, it was discovered that one of the artists working on coloring the comic was underaged. This was something that was brought to the team's attention later on, which caused the comic's release to be delayed. I have listened to Faustis's public explanation and apology that she's explained through her Twitter, and I'm not holding anything against Viv and her team for it. However, this issue is another piece of information that is being used by cancel culture to attack Viv. Look, in the end, the minor in question received permission to work on the comic from their mother. This person, from what I've heard, worked on the less graphic pages of the comic, which is like 80% of the comic collectively. Yes, they made a mistake, they have since apologized for that mistake, and are working to ensure nothing like this happens again. Now, stop trying to keep your dicks wet by trying to exacerbate the situation and blow it way out of proportion. Get your head out of your asses and let the team move on so they can do their fucking jobs. And if you don't know what exacerbate means, or if anything I just said offended you, my point exactly. Viv, Hazbin crew, just keep on doing your thing. I love the comic, and I can't wait to see what else is in store. Anyways, that'll be all for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching and bearing with me. For those who saw my most recent post on my community tab, I am still incredibly stressed out. And yeah, I don't want to make this channel political or anything, but I'm just worried about a lot of shit right now. I'm currently still holed up in my apartment and afraid to leave because I know exactly how the people in my area act. Anyways, my name is Blue Raven 666, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.